Hi guys, Hampshire Outdoors Survival here. So we're out in the woods today. I'm out with one of my mates and we've got some great news. We've been given an area of this woods to build a bushcraft camp, and we've actually been given some supplies, funny enough. But I'll show you that guys later. Have a bit of fun today. We're out here, we're having a quiet day. We've both had a stressful week, so we're going to light up the fire, make some camp coffee and cook up a couple of steaks. I'm glad you're here, I'm glad you're joining me. I hope you're enjoying the great outdoors. Let's crack on with this video. So we're going to make a simple fire today. We're at the Alpha site, Surrey 4x4 and tours. They let me use a piece of this woodland for doing my bits and pieces in, and in return occasionally I come back and I do a bit of maintenance, woodland maintenance for them, and I also occasionally give a bit of a chat to them, show them and demonstrate them things. So we're going to light a fire in the woods, and we're going to use our ferro rod and our steel. Keep it easy, and away we go. That's our cotton wool buds alight. Take some tinder, place some tinder over the fire. Try not to smother it, give it a chance to get going. Let it catch and let it build. I'm sorry the camera's in the smoke. There's hardly any wind today, so depending on where our bodies are and where we're positioned around the fire, it's going to affect the fire. And as we're always saying, as long as you've got oxygen, you've got a fuel source, and you've got heat, you've got fire. Don't panic too much. We're going to build the fire slowly and gently today. Again, because the wood's damp, you go piling tons on there, and you're going to get a pretty slow burn. So guys, have a little walk down through the woods, and I'll show you the area that we're going to be using, or we've been given to use. It's a cracking little spot. They're doing a lot of woodland management up here, and so unfortunately for us, there isn't a lot of way in fallen timber. However, where they're doing the woodland management, we've been given a few saplings and that, and a lot of the stuff that over the years had fallen and been on the ground, unfortunately has gone for logging long before we arrived here. But this I'm hoping to make this a nice little facility where some of you guys can come out, join me for overnighters, where I can come out and do my overnighters. The shelter itself we're going to end up building is using the recycled materials from what was an adventure ground here. So it's a lot of processed timber that's already been put up. We're going to take it down, reuse it. So it's a resource. Excuse me, striding along over the ruts. So again, as a resource, you use your resources in survival. You use what you can find, what's around you. So we're going to be doing that. And that was the ramp, or the takeoff ramp, for a death slide. So we're probably going to be using that as the base for our shelter, because it's going to lift us off the floor. It's a nice solid base. They use decking timbers for it, so that's going to make a triangular shelter. Again, we're not going to try and increase the footprint too much or anything. And behind me is the landing ramp. There's also other bits of timber out here and that which we're going to recycle and reuse. Two reasons for it. One, I'd rather recycle the timber rather than fell some of these trees here and use them, and I don't think the landowner would be too happy. We do have a few saplings and that to use. So one of the things I want to do is set this up as a main shelter. It's going to be somewhere dry if the weather becomes really, really bad. But also it means that I can tarp camp out here. I can rig up other shelters. So I'll be able to show you all the bits and pieces I want to. It's a nice little clearing. It's mostly beach here. So again, this little clearing that we've got down here, Means that if you're coming to stay, you don't actually have to be under beech trees, as we're all aware, can be a failure. You don't really want to be under a beech tree of any size because they have a habit of dropping branches on you. So anyhow, well, I will keep you posted and I will do updates on the shelter build and we hope you enjoy it. But hey, let's get back to our fire. Let's get back to cooking some steak, ribeye, because I do like a ribeye, and making some campfire coffee with my mate Jace. So it's a short video this week and it's not really in depth. Main reason to be, it's Remembrance weekend coming up. On Friday it's the 11th, so I'm getting out and doing filming before then. And then obviously it's going to be fairly quiet for me over the Remembrance Sunday. Yeah, we all understand whys and wherefores for that. But guys, I'm going to get this video out for you on Friday night as usual. Peace and love. Back out.
Right, guys. Mitch has gone down the other little camp there. What he doesn't know, I'm going to doctor his steaks a little bit. I've got here some black garlic from the Isle of Wight. Lovely stuff. You can get it online. It's brilliant. It's got a nice little flavour to it. It's not too strong. Take a couple of cloves. Got some garlic. Got a bit of butter. You can see this. It just squashes. Don't have to do anything to it. It's just really nice and squashy. Right, so we'll mix all those together. It's not too strong, so it doesn't overpower. What we're going to do, we're going to nicely slather, however you pronounce it, the steaks with the garlic and the butter. And this will give it a lovely flavour. So we'll put these on the grill a bit before he comes back, just so he doesn't notice, and see whether he does notice when he eats them. Catch you in a bit.
Right, hey, steaky time. We like a bit of steak. So these have been sitting out. Obviously they were chilled when I bought them from the supermarkets. They've been sitting out with a bit of cloth over them, and they've been warming to room temperature. And we're just going to place them on the grill. Ooh, what's this, Jace? What have you done?
Can't tell you.
Can't tell me. Right.
It's a secret.
He's a bugger, he really is. And it's a problem with chefs, isn't it? You can't keep the chefing out. It's just always chefing. You want to see what happens when I try cooking a squirrel. Anyhow, look out. So, Jace, give us a quick chat through. Campfire coffee, what's the technique?
Right, you need an enamel pot. This is a 2 litre enamel pot. It's been used. Do not wash them on the outside. Leave them as they are. It helps. So there's about 1.5 litres of coffee water in there, and about a cup of coffee. And all we do is we put this. I'm going to suspend this over the fire. You can put it on top of your grill, and we're just going to let it boil on a nice slow rolling boil. Smoke, as Mitch said earlier on, is a bit of a bugger today. And we're just going to leave it. The longer you leave it, the more intense the flavour is going to get for you. And we'll come back to that later on. Right, guys, be careful when you take the coffee off. It's now hot, it's boiled, it's been on there for a little while. It's a little trick. You've just got water and coffee grinds in there. So what we're going to do, we're going to pour a little bit of cold water in there and a little bit down the spout. And what that does, it'll help the coffee grinds will just sink to the bottom. So now, let's get rid of that water. It's still quite hot and handle, so we'll use our little glove because I don't want to burn my fingers. So we'll pour that out. You get nice coffee, no grinds because they're all in the bottom of the pot. And that's ready to drink. Cheers, guys. So we'll come on this side.
Yeah.
Nice and low to food. Right in the middle. Right, Mitch, you ready?
I'm ready.
There you go, pal. That's yours.
That's mine.
I'll have this one.
Right. Look of satisfaction on this man's face.
Here. Oh. I made a mess.
Right, I'm going to hand you the camera, Jace.
Go on then.
What did you put on it?
Black garlic and a bit of butter. It's nice and juicy, isn't it?
Taste it. It's not strong though, is it? It's not
No,
overpowering.
it's not strong at all. It's very subtle flavours.
Yeah, but that's I nearly swore then. I promise not to swear too much on my channel. Delicious. I tell you what, guys, this is the way to do it. The campfire tea or dinner out here, bit of steak, bread roll, simple stuff. And as we're always saying, keep it simple, keep it sweet. The pleasures are awesome. You could have done this with burgers, we could have done it with sausages or anything, but we decided to go a bit mad today. Splash out a couple of ribeyes. Oh, you've got to give it a go. Anyway, I'm going to cut here. I've got to get this down me. Yeah, awesome. Cheers. Right, guys. So, just as an extra to this video, we're going to make some char cloth. Basically, denim jeans cut into patches. Small tin, small hole in the top. Place it in the embers. This is a tin I got from our local £1 shop. It was a tobacco tin. It's absolutely the perfect size. I've done the same with that. I'm going to try that one out. Place it in the fire or in the embers. Don't want it really in the direct flames. You don't want to melt your tin. And all you do is place it in there and give it time. Now, the process is quite simple. The heat rises around the tin. The material tries to ignite, but it can't. So what happens, all the impurities, any moisture, anything in there that you don't really want, vaporizes off, comes out the hole. What you'll see happen in a minute, because I'll put a burning twig over it, the fumes and the chemicals coming off of the material will ignite. You'll see a small flame. You leave it until the flame goes out. Once the flame's gone out, you lift the tin off, open the tin, or you want to give it a few minutes, open the tin once it's cooled down, and that will leave you with your char cloth. And as you can see at the moment, the smoke is pouring out of these. I'm probably not going to have to add any more heat at all. And that's how you make char cloth. It's as simple as that. I'll show you once it's cooked off. As you can see, you're getting the flames from the holes, which is allowing the impurities to burn off. And basically leave it there till the flame goes out. Once you've got no flame and you're not getting piles and piles of smoke out, it's clean. Take it off. Allow it to cool. Don't open it too soon. You don't want oxygen to get to it, otherwise it will just ignite. Let it cool down, and that's your char cloth made. Once we've made this char cloth, we'll test a piece. I've got some flint with me. We test a piece, make sure it's okay. It will take a spark, and that's it. You've got your tin, you've got your char cloth, and you can make more char cloth on your travels, on your campfire. It's easy as that. And you can also see the way I've built this fire. So now what we have a heat source over here. That's our warming area. Keep us nice and warm. We have embers down here. Embers to cook on, fire for warmth. It's a simple equation. If you've got something this large, you can spread it out, do two things at once. I mean, I think we're really toasty here. And it's producing the char cloth quite nicely. Got no issues with that. What can happen on occasion, if your tin opens, the oxygen gets in there, you'll lose the char cloth. But that's trial and error, and it's practice. Go out, give it a go. Right, guys, as you can see, this tin's still got a flame on it, so that's still burning off the impurities. Then this one has gone out, so we take this one out. We'll put it to one side, let it cool down. We'll open that up in a bit, and we'll test it for char cloth. This one's not got long left, and like I say, you can see the flame. You'll start with a jet of smoke. As the smoke dies down, it'll ignite. When it ignites, it will burn off. If you want to test it, put a flame, a piece of burning wood, a match, whatever to it. So it goes. I have seen people do these on gas stoves. I've seen people do these using any heat source really. It's just a matter of baking the material, producing the char cloth. And that flame's burning down nicely. We'll let that go out. and we'll take that tin off. Hi guys, Hampshire Outdoors Survival, Mick here. So char cloth, we've done our char cloth. We've allowed the tins to cool to touch. They are nice and cool. If you open them before they're ready and there's any force or spark in there, what will happen, you'll open it up and it'll ignite and burn away to nothing. So let it cool right down. One of the tips I can give you, bicycle inner tube, cut it down, make a strip, put it over your tin, make sure it covers the hole, keeps the moisture out for you and keeps your tin shut when it's in your bag. That's a bit of a helpful one. You don't want to lose char cloth in your bag. So we're going to test a bit of char cloth. What we're going to do, we're going to take the flint and the steel, take a bit of char cloth, fold it over on itself, take a sharp edge on the flint, take steel, and there we go, 2 strikes we're away. So that's a perfect piece of char cloth. So that's our char cloth. Easy, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So char cloth, flint, steel, this is the way we go. Right, quick one for you, 100 subscriber giveaway. We are close. We are very, very close. So this is the bag that I've made for you. Has a leather thong there and a bead. So it's a double locking system, opens out like that. There's a flint or a ferro rod in there. It's a large ferro rod with a wooden handle. There is about 2 meters of paracord there and a good quality striker. You've got a tin opener, bottle opener on the striker. You've got a cleaner for scraping off the surface of the ferro rod before you go to strike on it. So that's going to be thrown in the bag. What we'll also do, just to make it a bit more fun and a bit more interesting, I'll throw you in a tin of char cloth. I'll find you a piece of flint. I'll chuck you in one of my homemade steels. All that is going to go into the 100 subscriber giveaway. Guys, as we said before, send me a comment. Let me know if you're interested, that you want this bag. Yeah. And Jace will come in and he will have a look through the comments and he will select one of you. And one of you will win this. We'll post it off to you and get it to you as soon as possible. That's my 100 subscriber giveaway. Bag's made by myself. It is leather. Apologise to anybody out there that's vegetarian, but it's resources is resources. So that will be coming to one of you lucky subscribers very, very soon. Makes a nice little bag. Chuck all your fire kit in it. Other than that, guys, I'm Mick. This is Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. It is a glorious day, an absolutely stunning day. I've had a great time out here with my mate Jace. He's actually shown me a couple of tips with the steak and that. The guy, he is a chef. He's brilliant at what he does, and he's hoping to start his own channel soon. So we'll keep our eyes and I will keep you posted on that. If you'd like to see Jace more on my channel doing bits and pieces, give me a shout. But the channel that he's going to be opening very, very soon it's a cooking thing, right? That's where he's going with it. He will be doing outdoors cooking. He'll be teaching people, showing you tips and tricks all along. Really nice guy. So hopefully you'll subscribe and support him, and I'll let you know when his channel comes online. Anyhow, guys, this is Mick, Hampshire Outdoors Survival. Please like, please subscribe. Have an awesome day wherever you are. Love and respect to you all. Mick out.